Hi everyone and welcome to Caravel Gaming. I am Boomer and today I'll be taking you through the Revenge campaign again for Magic 2014. The deck that we're going to be playing as today is Deadwalkers and we'll be taking it up against Enter the Dracomancer, or Dracomancer, however you want to pronounce it. So let's just have a look at the deck manager and welcome to Combo-Tastic. This is the way I've decided to build the deck. I'm not too sure how right it is, but we'll keep it as is for the moment. We have one Vampiric Tutor, search my library for a card, then shuffle my library and put that card on top of it. Banned in Legacy, restricted in Vintage, just amazing. Reanimate, 1 black, put target creature card from a battlefield, that's any battlefield, onto the battlefield under your control, sorry, any graveyard, battlefield, whatever. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. 3 Doomblades, you're very familiar with this, destroy target non-black creature. 1 Exhume, each player puts a creature card from his graveyard onto the battlefield. 2 Sign in Blood, which is target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And this is where the fun part of the deck comes in. I've got 2 Lord of the Undeads, 3 mana for a 2/2. Other zombie creatures get +1/+1. And it has 1 colourless, 1 black, tap it, return a zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. First off, Geralf's Messenger, 3 mana for a 3/2 zombie. When it enters the battlefield it comes in tapped. It looks like, I always think that looks like a jigsaw puzzle piece in there. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life, and it has an ability called Undying, which means that when it goes to the graveyard or dies, it comes back onto the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. If it dies while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, it goes to the graveyard forever. Until you dig it up with Lord of the Undead, that is. Fleshbag Marauder, the main sort of combo guy of this deck. 2 colours and a black for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Usually it'll be this fat blob. However, with Lord of the Undead and reanimation spells, you can start doing dirty things like picking it up every turn, just make your opponent sacrifice a creature constantly. Greatborn Muse is a 4 mana 3/3 zombie. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of zombies you control. I thought this was going to see a lot more playing standard than it did, but unfortunate I suppose. Grave Pact, you saw that being used to pretty good effect in the last video, and it's even better in this deck. Pity I've only got 1. Tendrils of Corruption, 4 mana, deals X damage to target creature, you gain X life. Mutilate, you've already seen. This isn't at its best in this deck, but I've decided to go for a more control-y build in this deck, so it's okay. This deck can play very fast aggro as well, but I think against Enter the Dracomancer I'm better off in a control build. Consuming Vapors is a really nice card. 4 mana, target player sacrifices a creature, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Rebound. Rebound means that the spell is exiled when you cast it, and at the beginning of your next turn it comes back and gets cast again and then goes to the graveyard. So this gets rid of 2 creatures usually. I have 4 Cruel Revivals. 5 mana, destroy target non-zombie creature, it can't be regenerated, return up to 1 zombie card from your graveyard to your hand, which is more than likely going to be a Fleshbag Marauder or something like that, which is going to end up killing another creature. Deck's full of 2-for-1s. Okay, then we've got the big stuff of the deck. We have 2 Grave Titans, 6 mana for a 6/6 with Death Touch. Why you'd have Death Touch on a creature this big, I don't know, but never mind. Whenever Grave Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, put 2/2 black zombie creatures onto the battlefield. Micaias the Unhallowed, which is 6 mana for a 5/5 with Intimidate or Fear, whichever way you want to put it. He's a zombie as well. Whenever a human deals combat damage to you, destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying, so it gives Undying to everything. Oh, by the way, you know what's good with Undying? This Fleshbag Marauder is actually pretty good with Undying because it sacks itself and then comes back and sacks itself again. Nightmare is just a really big creature, 6 mana for an XX, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of swamps you control. I might ditch that actually, it's not necessary. Zombie Apocalypse, 6 mana, return all zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and then destroy all humans. We're not up against a deck with humans in, so I'm going to get rid of Zombie Apocalypse. 2 Corrupts, I really love this card. 1 Avatar of Woe, 8 mana for a 6/5 with Fear. If there are 10 or more creature cards totaling all graveyard, Avatar of Woe costs 6 less to play, and it's got tap, destroy target creature on it, which is pretty good if you can get it in play. And finally I have Demon of Deathgate. You may pay 6 life and sack 3 black creatures rather than pay Demon of Deathgate's mana cost. I'm going to ditch that because I've not got enough creatures to play it. So I've got 3 spots left in the deck. We have Rise of the Dark Realms, which is 9 mana, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Would be fine, but it costs 9, which is too much. Gravecrawler, 1 mana for a 2/1, it can't block. You may cast it from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. In fact, I think, do I just want 3 Gravecrawlers? It's very possible I want 3 Gravecrawlers. If I do put Gravecrawler in, I might want to put in the, the Demon back in, but we'll see what else is there. Bloodghast, it's a 2/1 vampire that can't block. It has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. Whenever you make a land, you may return Bloodghast from the graveyard to the battlefield. Annoying as hell creature to deal with, but not great in this matchup. Death Baron, 2/2 zombie wizard. Skeleton and zombies have +1/+1 and death touch. Grim Return, choose target creature card in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Put that card into the battlefield under your control. Yeah, I'll play that. That's really good. Death Cloud, X black black black. Each player loses X life, discards X cards, sacks X creatures, and then sacks X land. Do you like sacrificing? Not the best deck to really take advantage of it. Death Cloud tends to be best in green black decks, which can ramp mana. Liliana's Reaver, 4 mana for a 4/3 with Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tap. Yeah, I'll play that. Endless Ranks of the Dead. We've already seen this one in the zombie deck that we played very first up. At the beginning of your upkeep, put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down. Would be fine, but I'm only playing 12 creatures. Nightmare's too expensive. Gravespawn Sovereign, 6 mana for a 3/3. Tap 5 untapped zombie creature you control. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Is that from a graveyard? It is. How many zombies do I have? I don't think it's good enough as a 6 mana 3/3, so I'm going to leave it there. Grave Betrayal, 7 mana. When a creature you don't control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control with an additional +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. That's quite nasty. Diagraph Ghoul, we've already seen. It's 2/2 for 1 that enters the battlefield tapped. Quest for the Gravelord, 1 black. Whenever a creature dies, put a quest counter on it, remove 3 quest counters from it, and put a 5/5 black zombie giant. I may actually play that. Abattoir Ghoul is a 3/2 with first strike for 4. Whenever a creature dealt damage by it dies, you gain life equal to the creature's toughness. Not great. Undead Warchief, 2 black black. Zombie spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and zombie creatures you control get +2/+1. Really good card if you're going for the aggro build, and you will play it if you are. Veilborn Ghoul, 5 mana for a 4/1, can't block. Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield, you may return it from your graveyard to your hand. Farbog Boneflinger, 5 mana. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. That's actually fine. Kills something. Vial of Poison, target creature gains Death Touch, not exciting. 3 Staff of the Magus. 2 Butcher Ghoul, which are 2 mana 1/1s with Undying. Not great. 3 Black Cats. Kitty. Zombie Kitty. 2 mana 1/1, when it dies, target opponent discards a card at random. Not great. 2 Walking Corpses, 2 mana 2/2s. A Shrivel, which is all creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Against this deck, that might actually be really good. And finally, Soul Bleed. Yeah, it's just not very good. So I think I have to take 1 card out. I'll take the Exhume out. Okay. So let us move on to the challenge. And we're up against Enter the Dracomancer. I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce that properly. Dracomancer. Problem is, I'm getting my favourite decks out of the way early. I'm going to end up fighting the Planeswalkers with pretty much nothing. Maybe. Okay, what do we got here? Probably should have increased the number of land in the deck. But let's keep this. I've got a Doomblade and a Reanimate, so I can always get a guy if necessary. Oop, not looking good. I believe this deck is pretty much built around the Devour mechanic. At least I hope it's that deck, otherwise we're in serious trouble. I think we're in serious trouble anyway. Although if I don't draw a land next turn, I'll just discard this Graveborn Muse and then reanimate it. What have you got for me? A Dragon Speaker Shaman. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. I really don't want you throwing dragons at me this early. That would just make my life a little bit miserable. Cool, third land. I could reanimate his Dragon Speaker Shaman, but I don't really see much of a point. I don't have any dragons in my deck, so just for like a pokey 2/2, I'm not really that bothered. Awesome. Now I've got a choice of Liliana's Reaver or Graveborn Muse. I'm gonna go with the Reaver, mainly because I can attack his hand with it if he doesn't make anything next turn. And also this guy's got Death Touch, so if he blocks it with anything, that card is just going to die, so all turns out well for me. What does he have for me? A Maelstrom Pulse. Destroy target non-land permanent and all permanents with the same name. Okay, so my Liliana's Reaver is going to go away. That is fine. Okay, I will just make Graveborn Muse and say go. If he has another removal spell, that's fine. I've got these Reanimates and these Cruel Revivals in hand, so I'm really not concerned with pretty much anything he plays at this point. My combos will be fine. And he has Broodmate Dragon, which is a 4/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, put a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying onto the battlefield. So that's pretty exciting. It'll be pretty exciting to reanimate, put it that way. Okay, so I draw 2 cards. Choices. I think, yeah, I'm going to Tendrils it. And then I'm going to reanimate it under my control. Yeah, that felt alright. And I'll skip the attack. And he makes Maelstrom Pulse, which is going to kill the Broodmate Dragon, okay? Which is fine. And he makes Spellbreaker Behemoth, which is a 5/5 for 4, and basically means spells he casts can't be countered, which is fine because I'm not looking to counter any spells. But he's down to 1 card in hand, and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn here, so I feel pretty ahead at this point. I could reanimate his Broodmate Dragon again, but that would cost me quite a bit of life. So instead, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to ram the dragons into each other. I'm going to offer him the trade if he wants it. And he doesn't, that's cool. That is cool. I'm going to attack for 9. I'm actually going to kill his Spellbreaker Behemoth and pick up my Liliana's Reaver. So I'll take 4, which is okay. It's better than taking that much. See what he's got. He has a Birchlaw Ranger. That is fine. It is not going to do anything too exciting. Anything else? He has a Tuckertongue Thallid. Well, I'm dead now. Okay, gonna draw 2 cards. 2 more land, really. I'm 1 land mana away from casting Avatar of Woe. Okay, let's make the Reaver. Do I want to attack or don't I? Sure, I'll attack with the Muse, because at this point my life total's getting a little bit low, and if he wants to trade off both his guys for it, that's okay. Because I can then kill his dragon with a Cruel Revival, and I'll get back my I'll be able to get back my Graveborn Muse. So I'm not tremendously unhappy about that. I've just got to be a little bit careful about the amount of damage I take. He makes a thing. That's fine. Good card to draw. Okay, let's just attack with the Reaver. If he blocks it with the dragon, that's fine. Okay, let's then make Avatar of Woe. So yes, have just gone 8 to make Avatar. Let's see what he has for us. A Valley Ranit, which is a 6/3. Nothing else special about it. It is a 6/3. Okay, and I've got an active Avatar out now, so that's pretty much game over. But let's see if we can have a bit more fun. Let's attack with the dragon. And we shall make Grave Titan. And I'll make a Geralt's Messenger as well. And bink him for 2 with it. Yeah, I think I'm ahead. I do like this deck. It does feel quite combo-tastic. What's he drawn this time? Yeah, there's pretty much nothing he can have. Banefire, really? For my Grave Titan? Oh well. Titan down. And I'll kill his Valley Ranit. Da-da. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously dead, but can we do anything extra fun? Can we do anything extra fun? Could put his Broodmate Dragon into play under my control again, but I think at this point we're just going to turn everything sideways and call that a game. Okay, so I think that that was fairly comprehensive overall, so now it's a case of who is next. Well, next time we are going up against Masks of the Dimir, Zorislav playing that, and we'll see what deck I come up with for playing against that. So until then, this is Boomer for Caravel Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.